Welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel. In the first part of today's report, we discuss the request by the defense lawyer representing suspended First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar. The lawyer asked the court for permission to meet their client before his defense began and also raised concern about public access to the courtroom. In this second part, we turn our attention to another important movement in the same trial. This involved Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop, one of the co-accused who presented his defense before the special court. Let's take a closer look at what happened. Well, before we proceed with this update, I would like to ask you, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, please help the channel by subscribing. Turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Duop speak before the court. During the latest hearing in Juba, Lieutenant General Gabriel Duop addressed the judges as he continued presenting his defense. Gabriel Duop currently serves as a senior military leader within the opposition SPLIO. He is among the individuals standing trial alongside Dr. Machar and several others. As he spoke before the court, Gabriel Duop asked the judge to make their decision based only on the law and the evidence presented during the trial. He stated that every court has an important responsibility to remain independent and fair, especially when dealing with cases that receive national attention. According to Gabriel Duop, justice should not be influenced by politics, public opinion, or pressure from outside the courtroom. He expressed hope that the judge would carefully study all the evidence before reaching their final decision. Gabriel Duop also appealed directly to the court regarding his detention. He asked the judge to restore what he described as his legal right and order in his release. According to his statement, Gabriel Duop believed he and other accused were arrested without proper legal justification. He told the court that spending more than a year in detention has created serious difficulties for his family. Gabriel Duop explained that his absence has affected his wife and children both financially and emotionally. He stated the country's difficult economic situation has made his life even harder for families whose main providers are no longer at home. During his statement, Gabriel Duop spoke about the challenges his children have faced while he has remained in detention. He said they have struggled to continue their education because of financial problems. He also said it has become difficult to provide proper health care whenever family members become sick. Lam asked the court to consider this proposal circumstances while making its decision. He argued that justice should not only focus on legal question about it should not only focus on legal question, but should also recognize the impact that long period of detention can have on innocent family members. His comments are among the emotional moment of the day's proceeding. A major part of Lam's defense focused on the evidence presented by the prosecution. He argued that investigators are not shown enough proof linking him directly to the criminal listed in the charges. According to Gabriel Duop, the prosecution failed to present document, military order, recorded conversation, photographs, videos, or other evidence that clearly connected him to planning or carrying out the alleged attack. He maintained that accusations alone are not enough for a criminal conviction. Instead, he argued that every allegation should be supported by reliable and verifiable evidence. Another important issue raised during his defense involved military command. Gabriel Duop told the court that he never received an order and instructed him to launch an attack on government force in Nasser. He also denied claim that he coordinated military operation with commander or opposition officials in the area before the fighting began. According to his statement, no official instruction were given to him for such an attack. Because of this, he argued that he should not be held responsible for action that prosecutors claim took place during the conflict. The prosecutions has also alleged that some of the accused ape organized local use before the fighting. Guy William rejected this claim. He said he never participated in a meeting to discuss financial support for mobilizing young people in Nasser County. He maintained that the prosecutors or the prosecution had not produced sufficient evidence to support those allegations. According to God William, the investigation did not establish any direct connection between him and the activities described by prosecutors. God William also questioned the quality of the investigation. He referred to evidence presented by different investigators and expert witnesses during the trial. According to him, none of the material is presented clearly demonstrate his involvement in the crime alleged against him. He argued that investigators had not produced enough factual evidence to remove reasonable doubt. Because of this, he asked the judge to reject the accusation against him. The prosecution, however, continued to maintain that the evidence presented during the trial support the charges before the court. The judges will eventually consider argument from both sides before reaching a final decision. It is important to remember that the trial has not yet reached its conclusion. The prosecution has presented its case. Now the defense continue to respond to those allegations. Under legal principle follow in many court systems, individuals facing criminal charges remain presumed innocent unless the court finds them guilty after reviewing all the evidence. For that reason, the statement made by both the prosecution and the defense are now part of court record, but they do not present the court final judgment. Only the judges have the authority to decide whether the evidence approved the charge beyond the legal standard required for conviction. At the end of the hearing, the judge announced that the trial will continue during the next court session. The defense is expected to continue presenting its argument before the court eventually move forward. That the later stage of the case. Legal observers said that each hearing is an important opportunity for both sides to explain their position and respond to questions from the judges. Until the trial is completed, the court will continue reviewing evidence and hearing argument from both the prosecution and the defense. The trial continued to attract significant public attention inside South Sudan. Many citizens are following the proceeding because the outcome could have legal and political importance. Some people hope the court process will demonstrate fairness and respect for the rule of law. Others are closely watching to see how the evidence is examined before a final verdict is announced. Whatever the final outcome may be, the court decision will likely become an important moment in South Sudan region legal history. Well, thank you for watching. Let's meet on the next report. Bye-bye.